Aloha Manga Club Chapter 1310 of Hajime no Ippo is out, and after 2 weeks of waiting, we finally get to see who the opponent for Ricardo Martinez is. And I have to say, for once, I'm disappointed that the fans were dead wrong. It's not Wally. Thank you, George, for not letting us down 2 fights in a row. This is Ricardo Martinez versus an unnamed opponent, something that we have not seen before in the series, but I think is going to have a very important impact going forward. So let's start with 1310, titled The First Swing. Billy McCollum, an American warrior, the former WBC featherweight champion and current WBA top contender, is here. And he did not run from his former championship. He dropped the belt so he could fight the king and prove that he is the overall champ, not Ricardo Martinez. This is a bold declaration, a basic almost unification match, but there's not quite the mixing of the title belts, not what Takamura is trying to do. But Billy has 22 wins, 18 KOs, and just the 1 draw. Even with 3 defenses of a world title, he is undefeated. And when his chance to fight against the undisputed all-time champ came, Billy wanted to do it, but the WBC would not let him, so he dropped the title, came to the WBA, and he was willing to fight Ricardo because he believed that it is worth that much to prove who is the best. However, we see that people are seeing as Ricardo as a hero, as a different level of boxer from Billy. 66 fights, 66 wins. Billy might be undefeated, but the caliber is almost 3 times more matches, 3 times more experience in the ring. They're predicting an early knockout. But Ippo says it's a hunch. But there's a different moment where you can tell, not just based off the data that they have. Those aren't the only indicators. You can see how they enter in the weight room. But once they enter the ring, Komagawa told me that you should always focus on the first swing that they throw. The moment that they step into the ring and throw their first swing, that's when it all comes together. From the time in the waiting room to the time that they enter the arena, their mentality can change. Their precision, their energy, their aura can all become different. Taking it to the extremes, any mistakes made in training, in sparring matches can be forgiven as long as you are the strongest. Ippo is saying it once again. As long as you're strong, training can be forgiven. When they throw the first punch, you'll have an idea of who will win, more or less. But it seems like these 2 aren't going to show anyone anything until the bell rings. But Billy is sick. He is sick of waiting. He wants the belt. He wants the belt of the WBA. Because when he held the championship for the WBC, he was not called the strongest because Ricardo Martinez was still around. Billy wants to answer the question, who's the strongest man in the world under 126 pounds? Billy is confident that it's him, and he throws a razor-sharp punch, shocking Ippo. But Ricardo is standing there, full of tension. He can feel that underfoot there was a fire that's lingering in the mat. The remains of a death match between El Tigre and Mexidil. I can't say that name. Mextili, I think so. The entire arena is stained with the blood and the fire that these 2 men spilt on the rings, and Ricardo is sorry. He's always sorry that he's unable to offer such a fire himself. He can't begin to approach that level of heat. He's sorry. But as he looks over at Billy, he says, maybe if it's you, perhaps you can answer my expectations. And that's bone-chilling. That means that every single opponent that Ricardo has faced in the last 66 matches has not been enough to get him excited for a match. That means Date being defeated twice soundly was not enough to get the blood flowing. That means that Alfredo, who saw this man as an idol, as a goal, as the thing that he needs to defeat and destroy, was realistically a Bunsen burner that compared to the bonfire that just was. But the bell has rung, and the opening shots are about to go. Billy slams towards the center of the ring. He looks at Ricardo, basically saying, I have stepped into your dance. I'm stopping here. We will not have to settle this in one round. I will drag this out, and we will box until the very end. This isn't an all-or-nothing slugfest. Billy is hungry for the victory. He is hungry to prove that he is the champion, the king of the ring. He's done waiting. He wants to see what kind of man Ricardo Martinez is. And Ricardo is saying to him, I've got high expectations for you, so please don't disappoint. And Ippo, for all of his want and desire, is feeling his heart pulse. He is feeling the blood of a boxer start to awaken in him again. Billy is not afraid, and neither should I. There's something really awe-inspiring about this chapter and absolutely astounding that I really want to point out. And that's the fact that Ippo was so harping on that first punch. How important it is to see what kind of condition the boxer is in for the day. We never even saw Ricardo really lift his hands up. And that's chilling. I think that we're going to see this match light something in Ippo once again. This is going to be the oxygen that breathes life into these sparks that Alfredo and Sindo tried to light underneath him unknowingly. Ippo is here. He is ready to watch and learn. And I think this match will be the catalyst, the most important aspect of this training arc that he's been going through. I'm so pumped. Let me know what you thought of this chapter down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for everyone new and old, welcome and welcome back. It's your boy Lohali, and I will see you next video.